Yes, hello and welcome. I hope everything is working correctly. Looks like it. Welcome to the Wild Trials test match, which will be Downfall versus Reliance. We can this is the Fearless rule set, which is a very strange rule set. It is pinned though. The TLDR is whenever anyone uses a perk for this, it will be banned for the rest of the match. Not just the game, but the match. Meaning, we see Thanatophobia here, for example. Thanatophobia will be banned in every single set after this. If, for example, the next set, which would be a dredge set, they would have had Thanatophobia, it will now be an empty perk instead. Works the same for survivors. Rather simple stuff. We can already see some interesting stuff going on here. Of course, you have to know Mida going on, because it's a plague. You don't need to really infest the person at all. It's very lovely. We see Cinta is doing some good mind games on Vinny here, but is going to get downed here to the Bloodlust for the first down of the game. We have some interesting builds going on. Oh, they fucked up the... We see someone going for the pallet save right at the start of the game, but have sadly messed it up and dropped it too early. We can already see some ruin value coming on here. We can see some... I mean, Devour is gonna be pretty annoying to get rid of with Thrill, especially with Thanatophobia going on. You will take very long to get rid of those totems. That doesn't do anything. Well, it does do something. It coughs now. We can definitely already see some interesting stuff. We can already see, if we look at the survivors, we can see they have some strange stuff. Downfall had some communication error and didn't realize that the perks were banned for both teams if they were picked, not just their own. Meaning they brought weak perks to the first set and got stronger perks in the later sets, which is going to go very strangely, because those are all going to be banned by then. It could actually work out for them though, because if we actually check, if we see something like Counterforce, if Reliance was going to use that in a later set, then they will not have it now. So it could work out for Downfall, honestly. It was definitely a mistake by Downfall, but it could work out for them. It could actually work fine. And based on the builds that we already prepared that are banned now, that I sadly can't show yet, it seems to work out fine. We can see some normal plague stuff going on here, just patrolling the tree gen, just waiting for the person to die on the hook. It's really difficult to save against a plague. I'm actually surprised that no gens have popped yet, considering survivors have really strong stuff allowed, but again, it is kinda because Downfall has the wrong... Well, not the wrong stuff, but they have the weak perks, not the strong perks. That's great. Just patrolling, not much going on here. We have not seen a single totem be destroyed yet, which is actually really good for Vinny here. He's making sure, checking the edge maps, making sure nobody is stealthing towards the unhook, wanting to make sure that the unhook optimally doesn't happen, or that he's standing right in front of it as it happens, so he can puke on it. We can see the sensor going on here. Imagine sweating over some sweating over moving some flexibles, right? Ah, it's fine. We can see here, Cinta gets downed again rather quickly, and Sensor, of course, also got downed for the unhook. Meaning Cinta is going to be the first person dead in this game. We still have not seen a single person infected, technically, which is very unusual for Plague. Usually you see people get infected almost instantly and are broken the entire game. But now, here we have our first proper infection of the game, technically, but even then this might not ever be saved. We can see Downfall still doing some of the gens on the other side of the map. They have not gotten any progress on the main side of the map at this point. They're in a very difficult position here. We're probably going to see a 4K2 or even 4K3 for this match. I think it would be... Oh, actually we do get a save in here, which could actually be very good for Downfall here. If Bobby manages to make it anywhere without getting downed immediately, could be fine, but sadly no. There is no filler pellet on that rock, unfortunately. He does not have balanced landing or any other exhaustion that would save him there, so he gets downed rather quickly. So even though he managed to get a good save in, it sadly doesn't amount to much. which is very unfortunate for them. We can see this that Selena here is infected, meaning they got onto this middle gen. Meaning, of course, Vinny is aware of that and goes immediately for the gen. Sensor is running for the fucking life while Selena is going into the top part of the map. Top part? I think main is top. Is main top? I don't actually know. I don't know the suffer colors. Doing some simple mind games around the logs here, trying to get that down. Sensor probably moving. Yes, Sensor was moving for the unhook. We are seeing that the Devour is not gonna do anything, basically. Devour was a very strange choice here. Devour is a good perk. But you do have to keep in mind it is Plague. Plague is going to get the downs rather easily with M2 or with like either with M2 or they're gonna be infected and get the down with M1. The amount of times you're gonna get an exposed down on Plague is actually going to be really rare. Which is why, I mean, I thought it very strange. You're most likely not gonna get to the 5, like either you're not gonna get to the 5 downs at all, because survivors have really strong stuff allowed, or you're just not going to, you're just going to win the game before you get to it. So I think the Devour is essentially a dead perk here, but it's still fun to see it. Like, I don't think, I'm not aware of anywhere else where you would usually see a Devour allowed, so it's pretty interesting to me. We can see the survivors here struggling, trying to do anything, but it is practically impossible. They're not doing gens quickly, they're losing it. They're not doing gens quickly to the Thanatophobia. They're losing the progress due to the ruin. They have a person dead, they have a person on the hook, now a person downed again, we're gonna have another person on the hook. We can see another save happening. We are seeing the Devour is going to actually get some value in now. We're going to get the haste bonus from the Devour now. Meaning Vinny is going to be a bit faster and might actually be able to get an unexpected down on Bobby here. At least he should, right? Yeah, there we go. We can see the 5% haste kicking in. It is honestly a really weak part of the Devour though. Like the 5% haste does not do much. But it might have actually caught Bobby off guard a little bit. Maybe he thought he could make that window and he did not. Maybe it was actually due to the haste. I'm not sure. That one would have probably ended up being rather close. Considering, you know, you have to go drop off the hill first and go towards Bobby. But yeah, Bobby definitely messing up quite big time there. We can always still see the next save has happened, so the Devour is now properly active at 3 stacks. Even if they were to heal up now using the fountains, they will still be insta-downed, which is potential value from the Devour here. But I don't think they're gonna cleanse. Survivors usually never cleanse against a Plague. Especially in this situation, I don't think they can afford to spend time cleansing. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the 4K3. They are completely stuck not doing anything. They cannot get towards the gen at all. Tensa is trying their best to get back on the gen, but cannot. Selena is trying to cross, but cannot because Vinny is just watching the intersection here. There is no other gen they can do on the shack side of the map other than this middle one. Meaning Bobby is most likely going to die on the hook here. Oh, unless Selena is actually going to make it to the hook, I believe. Yeah, they are. They are going to get the unhook and are going to get Bobby off, I'm pretty sure. No, they're not! I think they might have went a bit too far to the side. I think if they would have unhooked straight from the front, they would have gotten it. But no, they actually took a bit too long of a path, I'm pretty sure, and did not manage to get the unhook. Meaning we are going to see the end of the game here. I just noticed I have some settings fucked up and I forgot to do the hook tracking. Whoopsie. That is unfortunate. We can see this where I'm just gonna set this to 12 already because I don't think there's any way Sensor can fucking loop this until anything else. Oh, Selena actually had Unbreakable. No, did they? Oh, they have Soul Guard. Selena here coming in with the Soul Guard value. But I believe Sensor is going to be dead on hook here. Okay, I guess I'm changing that again. Selena might be able to actually make a play for the hedge. It is going to be very difficult. It is probably better for them. Oh no, never mind. They are not going to be. They're going to be found almost immediately. Are going to be in chase here against a Plague in power. I don't think they have any chance here. No, they are going to get downed here. And this is going to be the kill for Vinny. Vinny has a Mori that he is not used. Yep, okay, there we go. Vinny fumbling the Mori here. But this was the best. This is the 4K3 for Vinny here. A bit unfortunate because, well, Downfall does not have strong perks at all. 4K3 here. We are going to see next match. I don't know who is playing Killer for Downfall yet, but we will see Downfall killing. Reliance will actually have strong survivor builds, so we will see in a bit. We're going to an intermission screen now, which is not very professional, so enjoy that one. Everything done. Yeah, good job, Umi. Like, that's always tense. Oh wait, I'm still muted. I'm not muted. Whoopsie. Hi, how's it going, guys? I set up these these scenes earlier, so I don't have it set up fully. Sorry. I'm supposed to be muted on this scene. Oops. There we are again. Let's go. Here we are again now with Sinter playing for Downfall on the Plague. We can see a rather interesting build here. Of course, unlike the previous Plague, we do not have a Devour going on here. This Plague probably has the even stronger build than the previous one. But the survivors in like also brought a way stronger perk. We can actually see some good perks like Dead Heart on here. We can see background players shoulder the burden, decisive strike, sprint burst, deliverance, unbreakable life. They are bringing out basically the strongest things they can think of, as they should in set 1, as you can, like, as you risk if you do not bring the strongest stuff, the other team could bring it, and then you will have it banned for the future sets, and you will really completely miss out on those strong perks, which would be really unfortunate. We can see actually somewhat similar, well, not actually similar gameplay at all to the previous set. We can see a way slower early game. Sinter going for the pukes, not finding a survivor that early, has found a survivor now. I believe that is Goose. Going for them, going into the chase. Puke on a few things on the way, just trying to... They are in a really rough position, to be fair. Like Sinter... Oh, Sinter has lost them? Okay. Reliance here playing it very carefully, trying to make sure that no kind of down happens anytime soon. Immediately dropping the Shack Pallet as Prince is already injured. They are the No-Miter after all, and they already also immediately touch the gen to make sure they're infected as quickly as possible. Oh, we can see the Reliance here actually cleansing a totem. They have actually managed to cleanse the Thrill of the Hunt. Unfortunately the wrong totem, but the Wuhan is still in play. But it is already a huge help, because if they do find the Wuhan totem now, they will actually be able to cleanse it rather quickly. We can see the first down happening on Prince here rather quickly, sadly not getting the locker juke in time. Sinter here in a very rough position. They do need to get a 4k3 here after all. A 4k4 even if they want to win it. It's going to be very difficult. Nigh impossible, honestly. Like, all the survivors need to do is do 2 gens. It is not difficult whatsoever. They are already gonna be close to finishing the first one. Ooh, we can see Prince already being saved by Vinny here. Most likely the Deliverance. I actually don't remember who has the Deliverance, but I assume it was Vinny. We can see the next chase happening here. Sinter not being free to go back to the unhook, because they need to chase. They need to protect this generator. Make sure it regressions with Ruin as much as possible. But we can also see the Ruin here going out. Sinter here only having 2 more perks to work with. One of them being Thanatophobia, which is not that helpful until you actually have everybody infected. Sinter here in a very rough position. I think they want to pick up the puke. No, they do not pick up the puke. I would have picked up the puke at least. They are really desperate for a bit of snowball here. They need to get it down. Here we can see the first gen popping. Only 1 more gen to go for the Tycon for Reliance here. Very difficult position to be in. Yeah, Downfall had a quite unfortunate game last game. So this is just incredibly difficult, honestly. It's really sad. I'm doing my best here. I haven't casted in a while. You can see Goose here immediately dropping a pallet, trying to make sure that they don't get injured, making sure that the Thanatophobia does not happen too quickly. After all, this would be the 4th Thanatophobia stack. This is where Thanatophobia actually gets value in. Sinter not able to get it. The next gen popping, we have already met the Tycon here. Sinter can at most get a tie at this point, but is gonna need to have an incredible game here to be able to get everybody dead. Oh, giving up on life for a moment there, going back. Oh, we can see Lucas cleansing here, but immediately being found by the Plague, which is a very rough position to be in. Does have the life though, so can make a good amount of distance. Sinter just not being able to get that hit, and I'm pretty sure it should have been the M1, not the M2. Pretty sure they could have been able to hit that. Lucas here fucking up the fast roll, but still not getting... Sinter still not getting the hit. I think just trying to use the power a little bit too much here when they could just go for an M1. Trying to get a lot of value out of the M2. We can see the next gen popping here, not the last gen. This is the last gen technically though, because this is the win con for Reliance, meaning the first set of Plague goes to Reliance. We see another gen popping, we're already at 4. We are going to see Lucas being downed here though. Cinta being able to get at least one more hook in. This is roughly what we thought the first set would go like, considering even the kill with Plague bringing her stronger stuff, she's going to struggle incredibly bad with Survivors bringing the stronger stuff. Like, dealing with stuff like Sprint Burst Life and all that against... And like, you have perks to break 3 gens, perks to do gens faster. It is incredibly rough for a Plague set, honestly. Yeah, we did honestly not expect people would ever pick Plague in the first one, considering all of these problems. But I did, so, you know. Cinta here, incredible, difficult position. Maybe trying to get a down on Prince. Prince getting the mind game in. Actually, that's not Prince, that's Goose. I thought it was Prince. I thought it was a Sable. Sable color. Am I filters on, by the way? Am I on the white filters? I never checked. Oh, I am. I don't think I have paid any attention to the filter. Cinta here having really bad problems with the Plague power. The Plague power is sometimes pretty inconsistent. Sometimes it just does not work as well as you want it to. I believe we did just see another survivor there. At least I thought I did as well. Cinta thought they did as well. How? I'm not sure. We're most likely about to see the next gen pop though. The last gen. We're going to have to hope that Goose does not have the Adrenaline. He does not, thankfully. Adrenaline would have been a weird pick after all on Plague. We get it down here, but it's going to be very difficult to keep it. I mean, Reliance can just leave. They do not need to care. They do not need to unhook this, but they might want to. I'm not sure. I don't think Cinta can stop the gate from being opened here. They can just open it for free and then go for a triple unhook. I don't think there's much he can do to save this hook at all. I don't think he can secure this death. Will we see Reliance? Actually, yes, we will see Reliance going for it. Vinny is going for the save here. Vinny can also just take the down here if he really wants to, because I believe Vinny did have the first unhook, meaning Vinny might actually have Deliverance. Vinny does in fact have Deliverance and Babysitter, meaning Goose is going to be out here really easily for when that is the end of the game. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, here we can see what we expected the Plague set to go like completely honestly. Survivors with the strongest stuff, with the strongest perks. We can see it here again. Without filters maybe. The survivors have incredibly strong perks here. They have background player, they have Dead Heart, they have live, deliverance, babysitter, reassurance. They have incredibly strong perks here. It is an incredibly difficult game to play for Plague. The previous set was kind of just happening because Downfall had a bit of a mess up and misunderstood the rules. We will update these. This was 3 this. This means the first set goes to Reliance for a 1-0. We will see each other next in the Dredge set. Dredge. We will see how that goes. Yay! This time I mute myself. Okay, here we are again now. There we go. We are back with the dredge set. I have not set my filters yet, of course, because I never think of that. We actually have a interesting situation here, because right now there is not a single perk actually banned. Like, there is not a single empty perk in any of these builds. Also, funnily enough, I have never watched a Dredge comp set, I'm pretty sure, so this is gonna be pretty interesting for me to see. I don't know how Dredge plays actually on this map. I don't play Dredge myself, I find him one of the most boring killers for me personally. And I don't remember ever getting to play him on Midwich either, so this is going to be pretty interesting. We can see the first chase. Bobby has already started a chase with Vinny here. Is going to get that first tag rather quickly, is going to get that blood favor in, which is actually on this map especially going to block a lot of pallets. I don't know if this pallet will actually be unblocked or not. No, it's actually not blocked. Meaning the survivor just makes too much distance for blood favor to sometimes actually work. Blood favor is known to be a pretty good perk, but it is mostly good on killers such as Kaneki. We can see Bobby here unfortunately not managing, getting stuck on the Bobby unfortunately getting stuck on the table and not getting the hit due to it, and Prince coming in for the body block. Is there a window here? There is in fact a window there, otherwise that would have most likely been the hit for Bobby in the down, but no, unfortunately not. We are going to keep chasing Vinny here into the piano room, trying to get the down here. Of course, placing down the remnant once again, is going to not get the hit again. Really unfortunate. Dredge is not the easiest. A lot of people are also pretty good against Dredge. We are going to see Vinny either here going to get a body block or going to get downed. We will see the down happening here for the first down of the game, together with the first gen pop of the game. Bit unfortunate, but happens. Dredge is not the strongest killer after all. You can see Bobby immediately teleporting across the map, looking for the next survivor. We can see the next gen already popping again for Reliance here. Let me just make sure I'm keeping track of the score. Bobby teleporting here, finding the unhook happening, getting the hit on Goose here immediately. Is going to actually block the bathroom pallet as well. Is Bobby? Don't know where Bobby was going there for a moment. Is going to go right back on Vinny here though. Is going to do his best to tunnel him out, I suppose. Is not going to make much usage of that pop whatsoever, but that is fine. That pop is most likely going to do more later on. Bobby again. I don't think Bobby is a Dredge player. Is just trying his best. Vinny here actually self-carrying, I'm pretty sure. Maybe he has self-care botany, is maybe actually going to get the heal in mid-chase due to that, which would actually be insane to happen. I don't see a medkit on him at the very least, so that should be self-care. And if he has self-care, he most likely has botany, because I don't think anybody bought botany in the last set, because I mean, why would they? With Bobby here trying his best to get it down, is going to chase Goose instead. Vinny is actually very dangerous though, because yes, Vinny does take this chance to just heal up right away. Downfall here being just very unfortunate. Downfall not having the best luck as killers here. Goose messing up here though, trying to go for the fake of the window, but doesn't take it whatsoever, allowing him to get the hit. Bobby here deciding to actually look for a different chase though, is not happy with continuing to chase Goose. Instead goes for Prince. Keeps chasing Prince. Like the killer sets in this rule set are incredibly rough early on. We might see that they might be a lot more interesting if you pick S tiers or if you get to the later sets. Like the later sets should most realistically be stomps for the killer, considering killers just have a lot more perks available to them than the survivors. Simply because less perk bans actually happen. But for now we are still going with incredibly rough chases for the killers here. Incredibly rough games, except for that one play game. We don't talk about the play game. We can see lucky break on Prince here. We might actually see another down here on Prince. I am struggling a bit to keep up. I have not casted in a couple of months, so it is a bit unusual for me. The lucky break here doing huge amounts of value. Bobby actually losing Prince. Is not sure where Prince went. Is going to go look for a different chase. Oh god, Bobby is going to teleport to the wrong locker. Is just doing incredibly bad on multiple occasions. Is checking. I don't think Bobby knows how this game works. Bobby looking for a way to get in there. We can actually see the blood favor here that is actually in a pretty open position, but Reliance just does not need to care enough about it to actually get rid of it. We are most likely going to see the next two gens pop here in a very short moment. We can see Prince here on the gen. Prince just got healed, but is going to get injured again. We might actually see the down here. I believe the pallets are all blocked, but no. Bobby is trying to split up pressure, trying to get multiple injures in, which is not going to work out for him, I'm pretty sure. I am pretty confident. I have no clue what Woomy is talking about, just ignore that. Goose locking the locker mid-chase. I guess a bit confident, or maybe it's been a misclick. Bobby is just an incredible rough position. I genuinely don't think Bobby is a killer player. I'm pretty sure Bobby is a pure survivor player, basically. I am pretty sure they don't have a dredge player, or that Cinta was the dredge player, or that whoever the dredge player is not available right now. If Cinta was a dredge player, I cannot blame them. It was probably quite depressing to play that plague set after all. But will we see the down on Goose here, or will Goose actually be able to hold it? And will there be a body block? No, we will see the down on Goose here for the second down of the game, but also the last gen has also already popped, meaning this is most likely going to be the end of the game. The hook, I was thinking for a moment the hook might be bugged, because that does happen. But no, the hook does actually work. Bobby is now going to need to try his best to keep this hook somehow, to get anything out of this, so they have a better chance in their survivor round. But it is going to be incredibly difficult. This is actually not the worst hook to have. He can actually body block the door. I think the survivors have realized this. This is a difficult hook to save. The dredge can just stand in the doorway and just body block it completely. Reliance here leaving Goose to die for a 1k5. Not the worst result considering what the survivors have allowed, but still a bit unfortunate for Bobby here. If Downfall can recover from this in the survivor set, we will see in a bit. Okay, here we are again. We can already see the builds. Before we click again, we can already see Bobby is missing 2 perks now because these 2 perks are banned now. But now we can actually see the killer gameplay. We can see some strong perks here. We can see the Ranker and Lethal. Honestly, better perk options than whatever the whatever Bobby was running. Trying to use perks that give you more pressure instead of perks that already work with existing pressure. Going to get it. Just. I don't know how the fuck to pronounce that. Getting actually a quick first chase hit in is unfortunately not able to get the first down that quickly though because they messed up a little bit. Happens. Dredge can be a bit confusing to play when you leave that locker. It is always up. It's like the most clear of where you're actually going to leave it from. Bobby is going to keep chasing the killer here. It's quite unfortunate Bobby is the first chase. After all, he only has 2 perks. I don't think any of them are chase perks. Bobby actually juicing on the pallet though somehow. Is going to drop the God pallet right away. Just, of course, having to break it. You just can't leave that one down. It's an incredibly strong pallet. Going to keep chasing Bobby here. We can see Bobby here getting down on the pallet, but escapism is here for a save, so just cannot pick up easily. But they are most likely going to need to take a hit here. Yes, they will take the hit here. They cannot escape it, unfortunately. There's no pallet left. Just, yeah, having to hope that nobody is around to get the pallet save. Do we see a pallet save? No, we do not. There is no background player after all. Background player was used on the plague set already, meaning it is no longer available. That is no longer a concern. Pretty good pressure in here by just... did now have to reveal the fact that he has Ranker though, so the Obsession should be careful now. They should be aware. They need to be careful, especially once that 5th gen gets close. They are going to be the target to go for after all. That one's not locked. How come that one is not locked? I swear to God, when I play Dredge, like half of the fucking map locks down whenever I use get a single hook. Meanwhile, this guy can literally teleport right next to the hook. What is Dredge? What happens with Dredge? What does Dredge do? I don't understand. But just here, just camping the hook, of course, is trying to get as many. Like he doesn't need that much to get the win after all. I just noticed I did not update the score again. I am a bit sloppy on the score. It was a there we go. There we go. That is now correct. Just camping out the hook, just waiting for it to go next. We can see Escapism coming back here for the save. Is able to get it in time. Is going to get down. Just is most likely going to... No, he is not going to keep chasing Bobby. He is going to take his hook first. Is probably gonna go after Bobby immediately afterwards though. Did Bobby catch on and make sure that not run into just... Yes, he did. He just held W. He did not go near any of the lockers that would be dangerous from here. Bit of a difficult position. Oh, that pallet is already gone, I believe. Yes, so Bobby is most likely about to get down here again. We see another gen popping for Reliance here. Not for Reliance, for Downfall here. Team's confused, sorry. We can see Jess is already quite more comfortable on the Dredge than Bobby was, but Bobby is, unlike Bobby might not be a good Dredge player, but he does seem to be a good survivor. He is able to actually do decently well here, but still ends up being downed. Just trying to make it back to the hook before the unhook happens, but does unfortunately not manage it, so just takes it down. Is just going to take it. We see another gen popping. That's the 3rd gen of the game, but Jess is very close here to meeting the tie condition. He only needs a single hook more to get the tie condition. If it's a fresh hook, it's actually going to be a win, meaning we are incredibly close to the end of the game here. Technically, all he needs to do is stick close to the Yui. If he just sticks close to the Yui and is there on the Yui as last gen pops, he's just able to down her and kill her immediately after all. Very comfortable position here to be in. I do appreciate that at least half of the matches here are going roughly as we expected. We did actually have I did actually previously see a lot of the matches did not go like we expected. Like the downfall dredge set did not go as we expected. The Reliance take set didn't go as we expected. We expected these to be mostly like really rough games for the killer, while also having a bit of a fighting chance. But we see, like, this is a really weird rule set. People are not used to it. This is a test after all. They are trying their best to figure out how the rules work and work with them in any way whatsoever, any way they can. We might see Bobby here die on the hook. Yes, Bobby is indeed left to die on the hook as Downfall does try to just finish the gens, meaning we are now at the Tycon, which is a bit rough for Downfall, meaning they can no longer win this set, meaning this is going to be either the 1-0 or 2-0 for Reliance so far. We will see. Just here only needs a single more down, a single more hook to just win the set. Not the most difficult thing to do, but at the same time, yeah, that is not a pallet you can play as the dredge. The double pallets are down. This is now a situation you can play. I don't think Escapism has an item they could use for attack here. After all, if Escapism would have an item here, they could have maybe dropped it and bait it just into thinking they snowballed it. Actually, they did have an item. They could have dropped it. If you don't know, if you drop an item next to a pallet, it often sounds like you slow vaulted it. Meaning, you could have dropped his item, made just think that he's slow vaulting it, and make just teleport to his remnant. Unfortunately, he did not know about that or did not go for it for whatever reason. At least I believe we have it allowed to drop items. I don't think. Yeah, I think we do. I don't think there's anything against rules against dropping items. Not good that I don't know that. We see another gen popping here for the 4th gen. But just is struggling here to get the next down. He's in the chase with the Yui here. He does not want the Yui. Yui is the kill he wants at the end of the game, not right now. Escapism might be taken down for them. We make sure the Wanker kill does not happen. No, never mind. They were just duo looping, I suppose. Selena is going to get downed here, I think. Yes, there we go. All just has to do now is just simply go for the hook. Does not have a locker next to the gen, unfortunately. Is going to be right back on Escapism though. Is going to go for more. They could just get the win con in here right now, but decide otherwise. They want to play for more. They're trying to get the best result they can. They are seeing this as practice after all. There is nothing to win or lose here. It is just a test match. We see the down on Escapism happening here. We see the hook happening here as well, which is the 5th hook now. But it is also the win con now for Jizia, meaning Reliance takes set 2 as well for a 2-0 so far. We can see the last gen popping here, meaning Jiz gets reminded where the Yui is, can now go for her, and unless she has something to pick herself up, no she does not, is going to get mowed right away. Which counts as a fresh hook as well as 3 hook stages. We will most likely see, once the mow is done, we will most likely see Sensor here just leaving to the gate here. It's most likely on it already. Yes, was on it, but did not get to open it. I don't know if they have it 99 and wanted to go for something, or if they just did not manage to actually get enough progress in time. But this might actually be the 4K0 here for Jizz, unless that gen... No, that gate... The gate is not 99. They did not manage to get it in time. We can now see by Sensor here, we can see the lucky break in, but Jizz is rather confident knowing where they are going. Is going to keep chasing it. We can see Escapism is now dying here in the background. Has died now for the 9th stage of the game. Just trying to get it down on this library pallet here, a very difficult pallet to play for both sides, honestly. Is probably in a difficult position though, like they are not going to get the hash in this position. Just doing their best. Sensor actually looping them very well here though. Just messing up a little bit here, regretting life choices, waiting for the remnant to come back I believe, so they can go for a remnant play. is going to go for it, in fact. Is going to get the down here now, is going to take the next Moe, I believe. Yes, they will. Meaning this is now the end of the game for 4K0 for Reliance. Well played. Honestly, both sides played rather well. It did go unfortunate for downfall, but they did have good looping in there. Yes, that was the Dredge set. We will now see ourselves each other in a Clown set next, which I believe has a lot more perks banned. So that will be fun. Oops. Okay, here we are again. We can quickly see the builds. Looks lovely, doesn't it? That is not right. That is not right. That is not right. That is not right. Oh, god damn it, guys. I'm gonna. Uh. Yeah. Wait. One. Nancy, what the fuck is that build? Sensor. Nancy has the wrong build. Yeah, Nancy has a full build. It is not. That's not what I sent you. Yeah, you don't have background player. There was it wasn't a plague set. Well, builds are actually a huge reveal in this, so I don't know what fucking penalty to give for this. I'll see. No, you didn't make a mistake. I told downfall to DC. They had background player on the Nancy. They had background player. Good question. Yeah. I mean, we could have, but it's still better to DC because if they play for the background player, that's very bad. That makes a huge difference. Not muted. We might as well be here already. I did not reset the stats, by the way. That's great of me. I need to do a lot of clicking because the fucking UI I made does not actually reset to 0. I should probably make a button that it all resets to 0. I'll probably do that at some point. Here we can now see the proper builds. Way funnier now. The Nancy had background player, which is not allowed. I immediately was able. I noticed that because they had a full build. I know they don't have a full build. Downfall does not have a single full build allowed. What the fuck is this filter, by the way? There we go. Now we are in the proper set. Now we can see a lot of the perks are missing. Even on the killer here we can see the perks are missing. Oh, we can see a very quick chase starting already. Vinny is already in chase against Bobby here. It is fun to see though, like a lot of perks have gone missing already. This is where the rule set really kicks in. We see a lot of perks just completely gone, partially because Downfall just bought the weak perks too early, meaning they just banned them for themselves. Like a very interesting aspect of this is that if you bring weaker builds early on, you can actually snipe the later builds, which can have very interesting interactions, honestly. I should press this button. We can already see one gen is already close to popping. We see a survivor has run into the basement, is probably going to go for the save. They wanted to body block it. Body block it? Okay, that is a strange choice. For anyone, like if you want to body block a basement hook, you body block the stairs. You do not body block the hooks down there. Because as you can see, you can just move to the side and you can get one of the other hooks immediately. You cannot body block the basement stairs. You can body block the base. You cannot body block the basement hooks, but you can body block the stairs. Like the entrance to the basement. We can see Nancy touching the Shack Gen here, getting exposed. No, actually no, they didn't touch the Gen. They went for the unhook, getting make your choice on them. Meaning that Nancy is now exposed. They're not going to be able to work on that Shack generator efficiently, but they are going to finish it. No, they're not going to finish it, they're going to finish 3. Nice. Nancy is still exposed, but has probably run away quite far, is probably hiding somewhere or on a gen somewhere where the killer, well, Winnie will not be able to find them. We can see some interesting stuff going on here already. I don't think I've ever seen Make Your Choice in comp. Like, I think this rule set is genuinely very interesting for the killer side. Like, the fact that you have essentially no perk bans for the killer side means that you see a lot of perks that are honestly fair, but you just never see because, I don't know, comp actually bans a lot of killer perks. Even though they're quite interesting. Like, comp likes being consistent. Like, they want to basically the same thing every game, so it's just a bit sad for me as a killer especially. I am a killer main in this game. Bit sad that you never get to see some of these perks, but now we do actually get to see quite a few of them. We can see another basement hook going to happen here. Very strong for Vinny here. We can see the Nancy, we can hear the Nancy eating another Make Your Choice. Sorry for this basement looking very purple. It's honestly the worst part of these filters. I like them on the, like, I like the filters on everywhere else on this map. It's just really great. I should probably run other filters so people can actually see shit. No, this is worse. What map is similar? Oh god, this is worse. Very good, I suppose. No, these are all worse. Auto Haven is very particular of a map. It's very green. Yeah, sorry for my filters, they're horrible. How about the Macmillan filters? Do they look any better? No, it's all dark. My Auto Haven filters are very particular. Like, my filters are generally fine, but the Auto Haven ones in particular are just really extreme. I don't know why I did it like this. We can see chase is continuing to happen, well, trying to happen. The Nancy here is already no longer exposed. Very good for the survivors here. I wonder if anyone was going to run Vigil. Did they have Vigil in any of their original builds? I'm kind of interested in that. I will quickly check while this goes on. I have not kept track of the hook status properly. This is 3 fresh, right? For Reliance. 3 fresh, Reliance. 4 of these, 1 gen for these. There we go. Going to quickly take a look. Vigil is a very strong perk, especially in the Clown set. Like, you need to consider that Clown applies Hindered, which is going to be reduced by Vigil, as well as the fact that a lot of Clowns like running Dragon's Grasp, and well, also Make Your Choice in this case, which also is going to be very strong. We can see Bobby here being found. Vinny decided to chase Bobby instead of camping out that basement. I would have honestly stayed on the basement. Maybe is going to go back for it immediately afterwards though. Might want to get the exposed play. Bobby leaving the pallet here is going to just get down in the corner here. Bobby unfortunately not having any good perks. We can hear the Nancy again taking the expose. I am genuinely curious if they originally had planned to have Vigil anywhere in this Clown set. Oh, they didn't. I'm a big Vigil enthusiast in this game, honestly. Oh, he's a pick. And I don't think either team was going to run Vigil at any point. Yeah, actually not. Yeah, no, neither team runs Vigil at any point. That's actually pretty insane, honestly. Like, Vigil is a really good perk. Especially when you have exhaustion perks allowed, especially when you have to deal with hindered status effect from Clown. There is no Vigil anywhere here. That's actually pretty insane. Like there are some specific like perk like killer counters. For example, Fixated on Cenobite or Vigil against Clown Nightmare, which is why these like top perks are specifically banned for the killers because they're just really insane against those killers. And yet we are seeing one of the killers here that would be really strongly countered by Vigil, and there's no Vigil. And it's not like Vigil was in the previous sets, there is just no Vigil. Ooh, Sensor here doing some strong looping is actually able to fake it out. I'm pretty sure they managed to get some of that piss into them as well. No, let's not say it like that. Oh. Selena has meanwhile died in the basement. I have not paid too much attention. I was really curious about the visual. I'm very sorry about that. I should probably... I'm very easy to distract. I've mostly casted best of 3s is the fun part. This is a best of 5. So we're already in the third set, which is one that I'm not used to casting that often, because you don't get to set 3 that often. So it's already the set that I'm less used to. The set 4 and 5 are going to be even worse, because I have never casted set 4 or 5. Because I never casted a best of 5 or 4. But this is very interesting for me, honestly. We see Vinny here doing a very good job. There is, in fact, I'm pretty sure, a bit of a bet going on within the Reliance, fun fact. If Vinny gets a 4K3, someone did promise them to buy them a chapter. Which is quite funny. So Vinny is probably going to be quite desperate here for the 4K3. Of course they want to get a result as good as possible, but 4K3 is just going to get them a little bit extra of a reward, which is fun for them, you know. We can see nothing really going on right about now. Vinny is trying to just find survivors in a bad position. Is going to try to play this pallet. I think the purple bottle is too far away. No, is in fact actually on the pallet. Is going to get the hit here on escapism. Very well played by Vinny here. It is difficult to play against Clown in that situation. Clown with both bottles actively up is difficult. We can see the pallet here is going to get some very good use, and the fact that Sensor earlier managed to juke this pallet so hard is going to go incredibly well for Vinny, for Downfall here. Unfortunately does not make it big enough of a difference in the end. Escapism is going to get down on the pallet because they did not immediately vault it, and is going to be the next hook for Vinny here. The 7th hook of the game after all. We are already basically at the point, like this is like, oh, we see 2 gens popping at the same time. We're going from a comfortable looking 4K for Vinny here to an actual potential, like there's actual potential for Downfall to get outs here. We very quickly changed how this game is looking like, because there is still one gen that has decently high percentage. There is one death hook, I believe, right now on Bobby. Sense, I believe, is still fresh hook. If they actually, like, they could potentially actually finish one more gen this game and actually get a single person out. I would assume that 3K is going to be the best result Downfall can aim for here. It's going to be very difficult or close to impossible to get anything better. After all, Sensor is injured. Bobby is going to go for the trade here. Bobby is deaf on the hook. Is Vinny gonna take it? Yes, Vinny is going to just take the kill. Is going to immediately hook Bobby. Bobby is dead and out of the game. There are 2 people this gen very close to being done. Actually not that close to being done, I misheard. This is now. I was assuming that 3K9 is probably the best result Downfall can make, but no, it does look like this is going to be the 4K1. I don't think there is much Downfall can do at this point. They only have 2 people left. If they touch the high percent gen, Vinny will immediately be aware about it. Actually, no, they won't, because the first wasn't active. Oopsie, my mistake. We will see the chase going on against Escapism here. He's going to go back immediately to the gen. He wants to make sure that this gen has absolutely no chance of popping. He is going to go into the chase against Sensor here. I don't think there is much they can do whatsoever. They're going to get hit by the bottle, are going to go into the locker. They do not have head on. And they are going to just get hooked here, right next to the high percent gen, meaning there is basically nothing Escapism can really do to finish the last gen. This is most likely to be the 4K one. We see Escapism here was on the gen. Are going to get found here. Going for the unhook. I don't think they have any chance of making it though. And even if they do, they are going to just die, and Hedge Escape does not make a difference in this rule set right now. Hedge Escape only makes a difference if all gens were completed. Escapism is not able to get the unhook. This is going to be the 4K1 for Reliance here. Very nicely played, Vinny. Ta-da! But If Downfall can compare to this, we will see, because actually the perk situation on both sides is roughly similar-ish. Both teams have a lot of perks banned, as I previously said in chat. There are over 10 perk bans. I cannot say what the exact number is, unfortunately, because it reveals a bit about the other team. But yes, there are over 10 perk bans, and I believe we had like 7 in this one. We can quickly check the CG after all. We had 8. We had 8 perk bans here, meaning there's at least, I can at least say, at least 2 perk bans that Downfall is also going to have. But we will see that in a moment. I see. Yeah. already going to share my screen here. We will now see Downfall playing as the clown. I am already sharing my screen early because it's interesting to see the perks. Here we can see one very strong thing here on Prince. I should probably not have the filters on here. We can see Hyper Focus, Stakeout, and the rest of the perks are a bit more difficult, but Duty of Care are really strong. We will see how that ends up playing out. We can see the survivors already started going. It's a bit difficult to look at the perks. We see Escapism here with a bit of a more unique chase focus perk, while the previous killer while the previous killer had a very kind of exposed focus build, this one has a very chase focus perk. If he manages to get that first hit, he will be in an incredibly good position. After all, survivors cannot fast vault the pellets, they cannot run quickly, they cannot fast vault windows either with the pink cloud, meaning it is all about that first hit. We can already also see Pain Res here, very strong perk, which has not been brought yet so far, probably because of the map. Like, both Sappho and Midwich are pretty bad with this. Goose absolutely juking at the killer here though. Looping very well. Escapism realizing that he cannot play that chase. He needs to leave. He needs to look for somebody else. He is looking around a bit strangely, looking to see if somebody's coming back for this gen, but no, they're not. Going to go for the shack generator. But they have nothing really to defend it right about now. They need to get it down. They need to get some pressure in. At least they have managed to chase 2 survivors away. Currently 2 survivors are right here after all. Being rather careful. Juking the fucker of the survivor here a little bit. Mind gaming them. We can see the first hit happening here. We can now see his build actually being in full force. Because the survivor cannot fast roll that. They need to keep chasing. That is not going to be a hit, my man, I'm sorry. There's no way. Going to get it down here unless a sneaky plays happen here. Yes, we will see the first down of the game. I think a bit faster than the previous clown had it. No, roughly the same. First gen pops together with the first down. So roughly the same. Apparently we can see Scourge hooks now. That is new to me. Behavior actually made a good change. We can see Scourge hooks as survivors. As spectators. Yes, as survivors. We can see here that Pain Res has now done a bit of damage to that generator. It would have probably most likely popped if not for the Pain Res. We will see the chase going here. We see the window vault happening here. We're going to see the pellet being juked a little bit. Yep. Escapism here having a few slight struggles, I believe. Downfall has said that they did not practice very well for this. Thinking that the sneaky window vault happens does not actually happen. Seeing some very strange mind games, just trying to juke the hit, does actually manage to get it in the end. Gets the hit, is able to get that rapid brutality value. There is sadly no pellet around though to actually get the dissolution value. We are going to see the next hit happening here. Oh! Vinny coming in for the body block, but does not manage to get it in time. Vinny also... Oh, we see a flashlight save! Goose getting the flashlight save here. Very, very good for the Reliance here. Reliance playing these games incredibly well since the first set, always basically having a hand over Downfall here. Probably partially because Downfall did not practice for this. We see the down does happen again relatively quickly though. We did also see really quickly while I checked, Vinny did in fact have Duty of Care, meaning if would have been able to get the hit there, they would have been in a very good position there. Sable would have just sped off. Duty of Care being a very strong perk, of course. I don't think anywhere has Duty of Care allowed right now, so it is very interesting to see. I'm glad nobody picked Doctor. If we would have seen Duty of Care Doctor, I think someone would have been very depressed after that game. Either because they got no value or because they got too much value. We see the chase here continuing, some strange mind games happening here on Vinny. Vinny actually falling for it and getting down, getting completely mind gamed here. Is the hook counter? Yeah, the hook counter is not. Yeah, the hook counter is broken. I should really fucking keep track of the score properly. There we go. We have 3 fresh hooks now. We have this. And we have 3 jet stuff. There we go. Escapism here, continuing to look for survivors, trying to get as much value as possible. Goose here actually going for a quick unhook, is going to get found. Oh, Escapism trying to swing around the hook though, and is not able to actually get the hit in. It would have been an incredibly good hit, especially with the dissolution now, because he does not have much to work with here whatsoever. Bus window is broken. Yes, in the recent patch the bus window lost to get broken and is just not vaultable, which is very unfortunate for Goose here. Very, very sad to see. The solution value here coming in. I don't think Goose was aware of the solution is going to break his own pallet, is going to get down rather quickly. Very unfortunate situation for Goose here. Oh, that window's broken. We can see Vinny is here, at least. Yeah, Vinny is here for the body block. I don't know why, I don't think he would have been out. Is going to vault the window, going to get the hit here in, but is in a very difficult position after all, because the Downfall did have a perk mistake in their survivor round, meaning this is already, set 3 already goes to Reliance, even though this is technically Tycon. Yep, because where's the gens? Yeah. So the gens are equal. Will Downfall this is going to get a penalty though. We did not decide what the penalty would be. We just said okay, we're gonna decide afterwards. But in this case, they have the same amount of gens, meaning at the very this cannot be a Tycon with a penalty, meaning this is the win con for Reliance. If that makes sense, I am confusing myself. Yeah, exactly. Escapism here choosing to drop the Sable Chase, but then now desperate for it, not figuring out what else to do, is going to get back on it. He's going to keep chasing. People are healing up in the background here, but I don't think it makes much of a difference. Prince here, I think, trying to bait out a head-on play or mind game. Well, bait it out, like thinking that he might have head-on, but no, there is no head-on. He is going to get downed, going to get hooked, but unfortunately there is no more pain rest in there for him. We will most likely see this game not going anywhere for him. Yes, we can see the last gen popping here, meaning even without the penalty, this is the win for Reliance. So I guess gladly the penalty does not matter too much, because penalties are always difficult to figure out, because you cannot always judge the situation the same, especially in this rule set. We see the survivor fast vaulting the pallet here, immediately breaking it. Again, forgetting that this solution is in play here. Is not going for the window, very aware that the window might still be broken. They are usually... yeah. No, they're not aware that the window is still broken. They actually did try to go for it. We see Vinny here going for the body block. We can now see some insane duty of care value. Lucas is going to speed up here, but in the end I don't think they can prevent this down from happening. Yes, they cannot. They are all injured. I don't think they want to go for the 3-man save. They are going to see if they can go for the flashlight save, but no, it's not happening. Escapism is very careful about that now. We do not see a pallet save happening either. We are most likely going to see Lucas being picked up here. Actually, no, nobody is going for the pickup. Lucas does not have anything to self-pick up. I don't think there's a single self-pick-up perk still left in the game. We can see another hook happening here on Goose for the 6. When the fuck did we get to 6? By 6. Okay, by 6. Very difficult position here to be in. This is about what you would expect for a clown set actually. I think with the bans working out and the killer perks being allowed, this is actually somewhat close to what a realistic clown set should go like. Escapism here looking for the survivor ceiling. He wants to like break up the reset so he can maybe get another down on Prince here, but I don't think it will work out for him. Yes, the save is going to happen. Lucas is about to get picked up, and at that point I think there's nothing he can do. I don't know where he is going. I have absolutely no clue where he was going. Genuinely no clue. I am going to interview him after that one. I think he was looking for the healing, like the reset, but at some point he should have realized that the reset is no longer happening, so he should have just gone back to the hook or for the pickup. But no, he just kept on he kept looking for people. I don't know. But yes, that will be GG's. for Reliance. Technically, this is a 3-0 for Reliance, but we will play out the other sets as well, as long as both teams are willing. I hope so. Because we want to have this be a test after all. We want to see how it keeps going. We want to make sure the rules are properly functional. So we will see the next winners in a moment. There we go, we're now back. We can see the perks are somehow less fucked than the clown match. We are going to go immediately onto the spirit. Going to need to make sure on the side, because they have an issue on their side. They cannot actually share the screen. We can see the spirit here, although is fucked. The spirit here only has a single perk, only Wretched Fate. Is trying to get the hit on Prince to the pallet, but sadly did not manage to do it. Is going to try to outplay this pallet, which I don't think is outplayable in any way whatsoever. Sable here walking, vanishing. Spirit said very interesting to watch. You do need to stay a bit quiet so we can hear a bit as well. Nice hit here though. Prince did try to stay quiet on the pallet, but Escapism gets the hit at the last moment. Maybe a bit less fucked for them, but for our point of view, it was really the last moment. We can hear Prince has the Iron Will, but does not stealth this one out. Is going to get downed. Is maybe going to go to the basement. No, Escapism decides against the basement here, even though they are really desperate for any pressure they can get. They are not going to get any pressure through the perks after all, other than a bit of genuine aggression. We see Goose here with the Champion of Light trying to get a bit of distance with the flashlight. Lucas going for the unhook there, but realizing, wait a moment, the spirit is back, so immediately cancelling it. Lucas immediately walking, even though the spirit could clearly see him on the face. It was very close, so that obviously does not work. Spirit does short phase a lot. Escapism is actually about to get a hit on every single survivor here, it seems. No, Vinny actually does manage to stealth it. I have no clue where Vinny went off to. But he now has two people injured, and it is a very good situation for him to be in. The only non-injured person also has Wretched Fate on them right now, meaning they're doing gens like 33% slower. Very good position for Escapism here to be in. They are going to reset though. He does unfortunately not have anything like Sloppy or anything, because it was used already. Actually pretty decent position to be in. I am just noticing I did not reset the tracks fully yet. I am so sorry. Yes, that is right. Camping out the hook, of course. Going to get the second stage in here already. There we go. I have now reset this. Making sure that Bobby does not do anything weird, because Bobby is spectating. Is a spectator in game as well because of Discord issues. Have to make sure that he does not switch towards the survivors, because that would be really unfair for the killer here, for the survivors here. We are going to see that Vinny here is also going to get injured, presumably also downed, or does he go back for Prince? I would go back for Prince here, definitely. This is a very good position to be in. If he gets it down on Prince, he is going to actually have a shot at the 4K, even without any good perks here. Prince has decided to go somewhere, heal up by himself maybe. Lucas here with the medkit is the heal. Lucas here trying to walk again, trying to stealth out the spirit a little bit, but you just can't do that when you're this close to the spirit. You need to make sure that you are not in the line of sight when you start walking. Don't know what that was, but yep. You need to be very careful when you like start walking against spirit. It can easily be told that you're walking. Vinny here has healed up already. Vinny still not being able to really do anything on the gens though. The Wretched Fate is still up. Wretched Fate actually doing a massive amount of work here. He might actually be on it by now. No, we do not see anyone on the Wretched Fate. Trying to be a protector of it. They have all three together healed up now, so Escapism will probably want to look for the heals for wherever they reset, because I mean they all reset at the same time. They don't have a medkit, meaning they have healed all three together. Meaning if he would have been able to find those three survivors all huddled up together, that would have been a really good position to be in. We do see a survivor here, I can't tell which one. It was Goose. Goose trying to use the flashlight to make a bit of more distance. The flashlight is technically quieter than walking after all. You have a very audible click, but after that you're basically silent. Meaning it's a very good thing to do sometimes, but you do need to make sure to be in the flashlight before the spirit is phasing, which is a bit difficult to do. Again, camping out the hook, trying to get the second stage in on this game. I am going to go here really quickly again and do this. Ta-da. Still having to make sure Bobby is not spectating anybody else. That's fun, isn't it? I am still very surprised, like... Of course, the spirit build is fucked, don't get me wrong. But other than this, like, the spirit build, the builds are actually not that badly fucked. Like, we can have a quick look. Well, actually, we don't want to have a quick look, because there's a chase about to happen. Escapism is here back, is trying to go look for Lucas here. Lucas, after all, is already confirmed, doesn't have Iron Will, because Prince has Iron Will. Going to get down here. Lucas, for some reason, walking when he is injured, which obviously doesn't work. The grunts of pain are way louder. We are still doing gens here. I believe Vinny is still doing gens here instead of trying to get rid of his totem. Doing gens at a vastly reduced speed. We see another gen being pretty close to getting done, but it was Prince. Prince is Defuk here. He needs to be very careful. Prince fading the practically 50-50 on the pellet drop. Probably shouldn't have dropped it, probably should have stayed on it. It is usually the safer play to do. Is going to get chased here. Is probably going to get downed in a short moment though. We see a very risky window vault, which sadly does not work out for him. Prince is going to get hooked here and is going to die on the hook as well, since he's already second stage. We see the bus gen getting done though. We are now 2 kills in already. I have a fucking scammer in my chat. We need to ban that guy really quickly. There we go. Very, very good position to be in here for the downfall. Escapism clearly being a pretty confident spirit. Going way better for them than any of the other previous killer sets. Vinny here immediately legging it for the pellet. Trying to be quiet for a moment and then walk back, which is a very good strategy. Sadly doesn't work out for him. But Escapism does realize, yes, this is my obsession, but I don't actually want to chase my obsession right now. He is still on the wretched fate after all. He still does gens really slowly. So if he can get gens regressing and get some chasing on Goose, that is way better for him. Vinny being healed up immediately almost though, which is insane. Oh, he had inner strength. Okay, I like that. Escapism here still looking for Goose. Not being able to find him though. Goose is being very stealthy right about now. They might be trying to get rid of that wretched fate right about now. Yes, they are. We do see scratch marks on the tree. Did they not get on it? Yeah, they were on it. Escapism, I guess, did not see the ace on the totem there. Losing a lot of pressure there. Like, being able to keep that totem would have been actually, like, pretty insane here. Vinny being able to get rid of his wretched fate while also getting his inner strength back is actually pretty insane. Meaning Escapism now has to commit to this chase, because if he leaves it again, Vinny is just going to heal up immediately. This might probably be the down here. Yes, they swallowed it. Actually, never mind. If he would have phased for longer, it would have been a down. You can see Vinny going to the right, going to vault the pallet. Not vault the pallet again, hoping that he mind games himself. Does not sadly work out. Gets the down. We will likely see a 4K1 here. Goose might be able to be stealthy quite well again. Let's have a quick look. Where is Goose? Goose is in fact walking right next to the spirit with Fixated. Actually really good for the situation. In general, Fixated is pretty good against spirit, since walking can be quite powerful against her. He is going to get towards Vinny though. He's going to get the pickup presumably, unless spirit manages to get back in time. No! We do... Oh! We see the pebble! We see the pebble play here. Escapism very confused as to why he got a sound notification. Not realizing, wait a moment, there's just a short burst of scratch marks. It's definitely that. You can see Vinny getting into the locker. Should have maybe turned away from it so Vinny doesn't realize that he saw him. But no, starts the phase looking directly at Vinny, so Vinny just catches on and immediately gets out of the locker again. Stealthing here. Don't know where. Maybe got into a locker again? Quick look. No, crouch? Oh, how did he get that far? Jesus. Oh no, that happened. Vinny making a good amount of distance here. It's just being able to lose the spirit. We're seeing a very slow game happening right about now. They are trying to get those gens done with just 2 people. A very difficult position to be in. Escapism should have probably just hooked Vinny and like tried to camp it out. Like try to hook it as middle of the region as possible and then just camp it out. That would have probably been the best value he could have gotten, but he was just greedy for it. Reminder once again. their hatch makes basically no difference right now. Even if he camps out Vinny, Vinny dies, and Vinny gets Goose gets the hatch escape. It does not make a difference. Hatch escape only counts when all gens are done in the current rule set. It makes no difference when on the same gens. Apparently that's the ruling people use nowadays for death, because hatch style right, honestly. I can understand why they do it this way. Well, it makes questionable why we still use Patch of Freak. Oh, we see Goose here stealthing, being found by the spirit. We escape it and probably finally has the person they actually want. Are going to keep chasing, are going to find them here. Goose makes a quick turnaround, but is actually down still. Escapism still going for more though, still wants to get the down on both people at the same time. I guess this down is more difficult. Like this down you cannot hook in the 3-gen. Not kicking the gen though, deciding against kicking the gen. Should probably go back for the down right now. There is no gen high percent. Just go. You saw a crow go up. You knew that he was there. You're kicking it. Escapism making some strange choices here. He is going to go back for Goose though. Does find somebody. Does find Goose. But he wants to find Vinny. He wants to make sure both people are injured so he can just find both of them. Does in fact also find scratch marks of Vinny. Is going to go after him instead. We can hear Spirit being very loud right about now because that's what Spirit just kind of does. Vinny, okay. Escapism maybe lagging there a moment. It did look very strange. Going to keep chasing Vinny here. Trying to mind game him on this pallet. He might actually lose the 4K1 at this rate, honestly, which is a bit unfortunate. Does manage to get the tag. Vinny does have the medkit on him by now though, so he cannot leave the chase. Vinny has healed himself multiple times by now. Vinny is going to get downed here. Goose is injured as well, meaning if he manages, he can now try to go look around for the Goose. It is going to be quite a bit easier. Let's have a quick check in. Where is Goose stealthing? Goose is stealthing in the basement. Vinny is not escapism is not able to hear him apparently. Is he going to check basement? No. I would still say you should just hook his down right now. There is no way they get the unhook, and he should be able to hook close enough to the 3-gen that he can protect it while also protecting the gen. I think he is trying to go for, like, look for the person. Goose is just going to be stuck here in the basement though. If Escapism hears him at any point, he is completely screwed. He cannot really get out of the basement right now either, since Escapism makes sure to be close to the basement at all time. We can hear Goose. I just heard Goose, but I don't think Escapism heard Goose. Vinny might actually be trying to crawl into the basement. Escapism still not checking the basement. Still not sure where exactly Goose is. Checking the lockers. Might have hurt him now as well. Is going to go for the pickup now, which is a bit risky. He's going to go for the basement hook, which is where Goose is. We can see Goose here hiding in the locker. Oh. Weird flick. Escapism now making sure that Goose is not in the basement, but checking the wrong lockers. Unfortunately, Goose is going to get away with it. We see him now going for the unhook here, maybe. He's not sure. Escapism is still very critical of that basement. They have a slight suspicion, but are not willing to commit to it. They can see the pedal play underground, meaning he 100% knows that he is down here. Yep, and he's going to find him. I think Goose realized that he was in a bad position and is just going to reveal himself. Is going to just enjoy the fact that he managed to stealth for this long. We're going to see the 4K1 for Escapism here with only a single perk. Really strong performance. GG's. We will see if Reliance's killer is able to match this result as well in a moment. I can stop watching this one now. There we go. Here we are again. I was not too paying too good of attention, sorry. I was checking something. We are now back with Vinny on the Spirit, maybe seeing another strong performance. Vinny does, unlike Downfall, have really strong perks right now after all. Crowd Control is going to do a lot. Undying Wretched Fate is going to do quite a bit. And the Friends Till the End can do a huge difference after all. But we will see. After all, Escapism did have a really, really strong performance earlier. It is going to be quite difficult to beat that, even with good perks on hand. Will be quite interesting to see if we will be able to match that. I believe the first chase is already going not quite as well as the one of Vinny, of Downfall. We can already see the Undying has already popped. Shady walking, unfortunately, being caught out in the open, did not see where the Spirit was, so getting hit a bit faster than he maybe should have. He's going to now 1-4-3 here. Going to hope for his best that he can last or even quite a while. We can see Crowd Control also popping now, meaning Vinny is now down to 2 perks, meaning we are basically equalized, almost equalized to what Downfall had to work with. Very good start, the fact that they found both those hexes that quickly. Also, why I really don't like hexes in comp. I hate hexes. Like you lose your hexes so incredibly quickly. It is quite insane. We can see Friends Till the End is kicking in now, but if he will actually be able to find Escapism and get that insta down is questionable. I don't think so. Unless it's that one. Nope, Escapism is not the survivor on this generator. It would have been very good for Vinny here, but no, did not happen. He is going to be in a difficult position. I still didn't update the tracking, the numbers. There we go. I should make this link public. Not public, but available actually also. We can see the next hit happening here on Bobby. Shady has been unhooked by now as well. Pretty good position. Bobby, ooh! I was about to say, Bobby questionably walking, but no, he did not walk. He was actually using Champion of Light to hide his scratch marks while still walking at basically the same speed. We can also see the first gen has popped by now, meaning Wretched Fate is active now. The survivors have to look for a third Hex Totem, which is going to be rather difficult to do. After all, the more hexes you have, the less likely it is that survivors will find all of them. We see here now that the bus this time is a bit strange. He does at least have a window. Sometimes you just do not. Escapism here playing it very well. Escapism has shown so far that they are very confident that both Survivor and Killer have not done any major mistakes so far. Is sadly going to get hit here, though Vinny has tracked him very well. I got a monkey head. Good job, Benjamin, that you got a monkey head. I am glad for you. You will know about that, how happy I am for you in 5 minutes. We can see Escapism unfortunately misjudges the amount of distance they can make. They do not make it to Shack Pallets. They crawl out of it as well, meaning Vinny just immediately picks up. He has no fear of a pallet save going on. He's going to get that down. Friends Till the End will proc now, making a new obsession, revealing where the other person is. Going to go immediately for it. We can see the Wretched Fate here is actually in pretty full view. Actually, pretty interesting way Wretched Fate and Friends Till the End 2 perks actually work rather well together, because if you end up hooking the obsession for whatever reason, you still have Wretched play active. Like, usually you would have the issue now, okay? Usually, right now you would have the issue, okay, I just hooked the obsession, my Wretched Fate is still active. Wretched Fate does basically nothing while the obsession is hooked, but due to Friends Till the End, you are basically never going to have a hook on the obsession. I think actually it's completely impossible to have a hook on the obsession with Friends Till the End. Meaning, actually, is it? I don't know. I don't think Friends Till the End can shoot someone that is on hook, so it shouldn't be possible. But yes, Wretched Fate doing a decent bit there now. Maybe since Wretched Fate actually happened on Shady, might have actually prevented the gen from popping now that I think about it. That gen was actually pretty high percentage. Should have actually been pretty close to being done. But no, Wretched Fate, I'm pretty sure prevented it. Someone has, however, stealth for the unhook, I believe, or was escaping. I believe they might have had... Yes, he actually had Wicked. That's why Escapism made the distance for the basement. He wanted to get his Wicked value, and Unfortunately, does not manage to get out to basement. Maybe should have waited a bit longer before going for it. Shady here has finished his Wretched Fate though. We see another gen popping in the background. My hook stats are completely wrong. We had 4 hooks. Jeez. We had now 3 gens. Shady unfortunately forgot about the friends till the end, did not make sure that he was far enough away from the spirit. Is going to get insta downed here, which is incredibly bad for them. We see a new obsession being picked immediately, but doesn't make as big of an impact anymore. We see the unhook in the basement happening this time, does not manage to make it back this time, so he can't prevent can't prevent the person from leaving the basement. Is going to kick this gen once again. This gen has been close to popping multiple times, but has not managed to do it just yet. Really unfortunate for Reliance, for Downfall here. We can see people healing up here. Escapism is in a really bad spot. Injured, is on death hook. We might very well see them just dying now. Most likely, unless we can see a sneaky body block happening here from Bobby. Yes, Bobby does in fact get the body block in. Is going to be able to extend the chase by quite a bit more. We're actually seeing a very interesting situation here, despite Vinny having more perks available than Downfall did. Ooh, Escapism once again still proving that he is very confident at this game. Manages to completely juke Vinny on the pallet here, faking that he's not going to use it, and walks back immediately going for it. Unfortunately does not make the window in time, is going to get grabbed out of it, and is going to be the first kill of this game unless somebody can prevent it, but I don't think so. At least I hope there's no sabotage perk or something. Is going to get hooked now, is going to be the kill. We can see Nancy here being hit by Friends Till the End. I don't think is aware of the fact that Friends Till the End reveals the aura here. Yeah, because they were still walking. But I believe they are going to make enough distance that they are not going... If they hold W, they're not going to get downed by it. Yes, they did not have the best pathing, but they did in fact run for long enough that the expose is going to run out. Vinny going to go for a very sneaky short face here that Sensor is trying to sneak out, but because of the face being so short, Sensor is just immediately being spotted afterwards and is going to get down right here now. No, never mind. Vinny does not anticipate that he goes for the window, tries to swing into him instead, does not work out. Sensor unfortunately messing up the mind game here though, doesn't get the check spot just right and is going to get downed here. Which I believe is a fresh hook, I'm not sure. At this point I have no clue. Bobby here becoming the new obsession, stealthing it out. Unfortunately, well, he did become the obsession, so he is revealed now. We see Shady still being on this gen. They're still very badly trying to get this gen done. We are already seeing the gen kick regression, already warning them being the gen has been kicked at least 4 times by now. It has been close to popping 3 times by now. I believe we got it kicked like 3 times when it was at 90%. It's actually pretty insane how long that gen is managing to go on. Shady trying to stealth it, but is not, I mean, is capable of delaying the hit for a bit further while not being in too bad of a position. The pallet here is still up after all. It is going to be difficult for Winnie to get it down here. Maybe is able to do it. Yes, Shady is not able to drop it, gets Pokos through the pallet, is going to get downed. And I did not pay attention to the hook stage. Oh, Sensor is going to get the gen done. It was also a fresh hook. We see another hook happening here for the 8th hook of the game, but also the 2nd kill of the game. We're now practically in the same position that the previous game was in. We have only a single perk up. Oh. Vinny for some reason forgetting that the pallet was already downed? Or did Bobby pre-drop it? I am not sure. Actually, I'm pretty sure Bobby dropped it. We're in a very, very similar situation to the previous game where only a single perk is active. We had 2 people at 1 gen left. Very difficult to be in. Bobby making really good use of that fixated Champion of Light. It's actually giving him pretty good value this game. He is going to get tagged here. It's going to be pretty difficult here because if Bobby gets downed, he is the obsession. He's going to reveal Sensor because of the scream. Unless Sensor hides in a locker, he's not able to delve it out. Sensor might be on the last gen though. It is going to be very close. It's just like last game, if they manage to gen that and pop that gen, they are going to... I mean, if they pop that gen, they're going to win it, yeah. Simple as that. They're going to win the set. Here we see, again, well, not again, Friends Till the End, popping, making Sensor the obsession, revealing Sensor. So, Spirit now knows where Sensor is. this is going to be a down. This is going to be the tie because there was no penalty for this set, I believe, meaning we're at 3-0. Yeah, there was no penalty. The penalty was in the clown set and the plague set. Both on Reliance, I'm pretty sure. No, actually no, there was one for downfall. Yeah, no, there was downfall on Reliance. Either way, the Sensor here getting down. This is going to be the 4K1 for Vinny as well. Really, once again showing us that the performance that the previous Spirit Escapism has pulled was really strong. They have managed to get a tie, even despite being 3 perks down. Vinny had 3 perks more than Escapism, but they have yet both pulled the exact same result, really just proving just how good Escapism played that game. But this is the tie now, meaning we're at 3-0 still with a tie. We will now go to the last set of today, which is the demo set on CT1. We will see how that one will go. Okay, sorry, I was not unmuted. I thought for a moment there was a mistake, but no, I had the wrong survivor perks open. Yes, we can now see the last set of the day, the Demogorgon set, which we can already see some incredibly strong builds on the survivors. The strongest builds of all. Sensor here with red herring and nothing else. Just here being left with dominance, but absolutely no totems to use, so unless the survivors have some kind of chest perk, that is not going to do anything whatsoever. So, yes, as you would expect, set 4 is ending up with very little perks, but still, funnily enough, it is not the worst that we have seen today. We have seen Spirit with a single perk, we have seen Clown where a ton of perks were banned, or just here messing up, not charging the shred for long enough. And I think getting stuck on the hill maybe a little bit, I was not sure about that one. Is going to, oh, mind game the pallet here, is I think going to get the down. No, it does fuck up the shred. Sensor is managing to get the window vault in, is completely looping with their strong red herring. Red herring really pulling a lot of work here. Incredibly strong perk, but still not the worst thing we will see today. The next set will also have something beautiful in it. The next set, not the next set, the next match, the next game. Sensor here doing an incredibly good job, despite having absolutely zero chase perks and not the strongest setup ever. He is actually managing for a very long time. Manages to loop the killer for over an entire generator, which is going to pay off very well for Downfall here. Maybe they will actually pull back. They did have a very unfortunate start at the end. Very unfortunate start today. We can also see some insane aura reading value. We have seen all 3 survivors on generators. We just knows where every single survivor is going to want to take care of them. We see someone making noise in the main building for some reason. I believe this is not going to be attacked. No, this is not. They won't make the pallet. Ooh, but Shady actually faking out the pallet is going to be able to dodge the shred. Is going to be able to run the pallet for one more round before having to drop it. Is going to drop the cracker there just so he cannot shred. And is I think going to get hit here? No, never mind. Is not going to get hit, just is going for the shred instead. Is going to go back to the hook, trying to get Sensor here. After all, he's going to need it. Can hear Sensor, but is not going for them. Yes, you okay? Not the strongest performance by Reliance here. I think Reliance is starting to get a bit tired. It has been 4 sets already completely played out. Ooh, nice pokos through the pallet. Sensor was a bit too greedy there. Dropping it a tiny bit too late, should have maybe dropped it immediately. Is going to get down here for the second hook of the game, which reminds me I have not kept track of the stats. There we go. Well, it's technically not second hook yet, but I think it will definitely be. Yes, it will be. We see another gen popping. I believe that was the main building. Yep, it was the main building gen. A pretty difficult position for the demo to be in, because there's no longer the strong top 3 gen. That is usually what you always play for when you play Cold Tower. After all, you always want those strong top gens that you usually try to get a down on, and then you want to get the thing in. We can see Scene Partner making Bobby really scream out loud. Happy about the value he's getting from it, the aura reading. Just here camping out the hook from a distance a little bit. Is going to not be there this time though for the other. Is going to fuck up the shred, unfortunately. Does not get the insta hit. Does not get the hit on Sensor. Does not get the hit on Shady. Is just going to waste a bit of time there, unfortunately. Oh. Yeah, just does seem to be quite tired here, quite understandably so. It has been a long day for them already. They've been playing for 3 hours now. They have probably, maybe, they have practiced a bit before this as well, of course. Meaning they've been likely playing Dead by Daylight for the past 4 or 5 hours. They're getting tired, they're making a bit more mistakes. But it is going fine for them. They are going to... I was about to say they are going to get a pretty safe down on Sensor here, but still, as I'm saying, getting tired. We see another gen popping. Sensor is going to be out of the game here though. There's nobody to save them. There is no more way to get blinded after all. Sensor is going to die here for the first kill of the game, but Downfall also in the background doing a lot of work on those generators. We can see some good aura reading potential here. We are going to see another gen flyby. Pretty difficult position for this demo to be in. These survivors have basically no perks, but unfortunately, just without knowing, just had to tunnel out the one survivor that had basically nothing. Is going to get another Pokos through the pallet as the last gen pops. We are most likely going to see a 2k6 here. I believe there is no gate. No, there is no gate near the shack, meaning he is going to get a basement hook here. I don't think the Downfall has any chance of saving this. I think this is going to be the 2k6 for Reliance here. A pretty average result for demo, despite the fact that the builds are very, very weird. Yes, we can see survivors are both on the gates. They are just taking a leave. The gates are both topside. There is just no way you can make that save. That is the 2k6 for Reliance here. Quick game. Actually pretty impressive from this game when it was for the survivors. They did basically not have much, but I mean, did just make the decision. Did tunnel out the one person that had only red herring and nothing else. Probably could have gained a bit more value there by going for somebody else. But, oh well. Happens. We will now see if Downfall can match or even exceed this. Well, they should be able to. If Reliance is able to even, like, pull an even better performance than this, if they can get the 3 out and win this demo set for a 4-0 today, or if we will see the 3-1 today. We will see in a bit. I'm already here. Just waiting. I'm doing my best here. I think I'm doing fine, am I? Oh, I hope so. I'm insecure. I'm sorry. No. Okay, here we are now with the last game of today. We can see some strong stuff going on here. First of all, we are seeing Escapism on the Killer with a full build, actually. Not a single one of these perks has been used before. Actually working out really well here. We can see May here with absolutely 0 perks. We can see here Prince with basically red herring. We can see a proof thyself here. And then we can see here again a full actual build with head on. Going pretty well. Escapism here has already found a survivor. I believe it is May. Yes, it is. Which is a bit unfortunate. May was a bit insecure about playing. May is, I don't think that used just yet. A bit unfortunate that they have to have run a completely empty perk while also playing a bit insecurely. Escapism here going to get a hit on both Prince and May. Prince coming in here to protect May, but doesn't seem to work out that well. I'm pretty sure May is still going to get down here. Yes, they will be. I don't think they can make that window wall unless Escapism fucks up. But no, Escapism doesn't seem that tired just yet. Is going to get that down. Does not fumble the shred. And is going to get it. Not on a Scourge Hook. Because, you know, why would value for these perks? It is. Gift of Pain is a pretty good perk. A bit of a strange decision to actually use it though, considering, you know, how many times will you actually get value by Gift of Pain? Considering usually a lot of the time, if you get it down, you're gonna tunnel them. The amount of times you actually like get it down and then don't tunnel them is actually really rare. It does allow you a bit more time to get back to the hook, which is one big advantage, but other than that, bit of a strange perk to take. I think the survivor was still up there. Were they? They were! We can hear them. Escapism here, camping out May, trying their best to make sure nobody can unhook this. Still in a very strong position. They're gonna be close to a second down. They are still nowhere near the first gen popping, it appears. A very strong position to be in, honestly. Lucas maybe going for the unhook there. No, we can see Vinny going for the unhook though. He is going to eat the shred though. Escapism doesn't doing really well here. Immediately going after May. Once again, unfortunate. Completely perkless. Both games were going after basically the perkless people. After our last game, we also saw that the person with only red herring was being chased, which is in that sense no perk, considering red herring does absolutely nothing in a chase. May here, however, being actually quite good at chasing, has faked out the window vault, the pallet vault, is actually juking, winning all of these mind games. Is going to lose this one, unfortunately, though. A bit of a difficult one now that Bloodlust has kicked in. Is going to get down. Escapism making a wrong choice, shredding there, but oh well, who cares. However, 2 gens are popping now. Reliance is still very capable of pulling a result here that is going to beat Downfall. We will see if they can do that. They, after all, only need to get all gens done, which is not too difficult in this situation. And actually, it's going to be really... I mean, the gens are not going to be the difficult part, but May is most likely going to die before the last gen gets done, and then all Escapism has to do is get that Noah down, and they basically have a pretty safe hero today. I don't think... It's going to be rather difficult to not be Tycon for this set, honestly. Reliance will have to pull an insane performance here for Downfall not to be able to meet the Tycon. Oh, he's probably messaging me. Okay. Okay, Bobby. Bobby, what the fuck does this mean? Anyway, we can see here Escapism is back on May. Prince once again came in to take a hit from May. May kind of falling for a bit of a mind game on the shack here. Is going to get down now, I believe, unless Escapism fucks up the shred. There is nobody to take the hit. He is going to get the shred in. May is going to be down, and nobody is around for a save, it appears. Another gen pops, but this is going to be the first kill of the game. The chance that they are not able to meet the Tycon is basically impossible now, because all he has to do is get a single down and then camp it out of nowhere. They are healing up now, however, now. Escapism is going to really desperately want to figure out where these people are resetting. It's going to be incredibly important. But I believe they're not resetting this tree, because if they were resetting this tree, they should already be done healing. But apparently not. Which is good. Oh, we see the survivor is near the shack though, has gotten rid of the portal for some reason. I guess they want that area to be a bit more safe. Make sure that if they need to reset, they can always go there. If the portal is there, if they're resetting there, the killer can just come by anytime and just leave again really quickly. So they need to be very careful about that. Escapism here, seeing a few scratch marks I believe, but not being able to figure out where the scratch marks actually come from. Cannot find the survivor, is going to keep looking for somebody else, is able to find Lucas here on the hill generator, and is going to try to get him. We will see if that works out for him. Lucas immediately dropping a pallet, is not taking the risk of going for a stun, which, I mean, is pretty horrible. Is going to make the best to dodge the hit, is unfortunately going to get hit really close there on the corner. I think they like messed up a tiny bit. Pretty sure I could have dodged that one. Escapism is going to anticipate that he goes for the pallet, but he did in fact not go for the pallet, meaning Lucas does make quite a bit of distance here to the failed shred. Escapism here making sure he figures out where other survivors are while going for the chase. He does need good tracking to go for this after all. He is going to get it down here, I believe. Is going to actually go for mind game. Is going to get it down from the mind game for the fourth down of the game, for the second trash hook of the game. Really difficult position for Reliance to be in here. I don't think they can meet the win con here. They need to get 7 stages out, which is going to be incredibly difficult. They are only allowed to get 2 more hooks on them, and if those 2 hooks happen, they're not allowed to be any more fresh hooks, meaning just really rough position to be in. Winning here, looping it as tight as possible, making sure there is no opportunity to get the shred hit in. The shred hit, after all, does have a shorter cooldown than the M1 hit. Woomy here messaging me mid-game. Apparently there has been red herring value? Winnie here getting downed, unfortunately on the pallet. Escapism turning around, seeing Prince getting down on Prince as well. This is now incredibly dangerous. As long as he just hooks these 2 people, he has mid the Wincon actually. No, Wincon. Yes, this is the 3rd fresh hook of the game. As long as he managed to get this pick up, it's going to be Tycon, but oh no. He is going to get the down as well. This is going to be the 4K2. They have nothing to self-pick up, and there are enough hooks in the area. And, well, he can always just bleed them out, but there's nothing there. This is Wincon for Downfall. Meaning, despite having a really rough start in the first few sets of the day, Downfall still manages to at least win a single set. After all, they lost 3 sets in a row, managed to tie the 4th one with a very strong performance, honestly. And now have managed to actually meet the 4K2. Very strong performance. This was it for today. Thank you very much for watching. This was the Fearless rule set. For anyone watching, I would love feedback on this if you think this rule set is interesting. I think I can do it. Oh, okay. Like if you think this rule set was interesting and all that, feel free to give me feedback. Feedback. If you think there's anything we can improve, there is still a bit of an idea. Maybe if we technically allow a 5th perk per survivor, but that will need a bit more work from my side. So we will still see if we do that. It could be more interesting though, honestly. If we do that though, who knows? We will see. But yes, thank you very much for watching. If you have feedback, you can join. You can just tell me. I believe Streamlabs has not given anything. Yep, cool. If you want, I will just post both of them. Let me just give me a moment. I don't need this one open anymore. This one can be closed. There we go. I am going to give both my Discords really quickly, just in case anybody is still here. But for some reason my My stuff is not working, which is lovely. The Cloudbot, commands, no, not timers. I have 2 timers going on, both of them should be active. Here, I post this one. There we go, we post those 2. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you have feedback, give it on the tournament Discord if it's for the tournament. If you have feedback to other parts of the streaming, give it on my personal Discord that I also posted, on my streaming Discord. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. We will see if this will be a tournament. I personally enjoyed it. I think this tournament has good potential to be really fun. I think this would be a cool tournament to do in full. If there would be a full tournament, it will be a 15 match tournament with 14 best of 3s and 1 best of 5, which might be very interesting. I think I will actually do it. I think I really enjoyed this. I will see the feedback from these 2 teams and then we will see. Thank you very much for watching.